Well, a very good morning, everybody, for Monday, the 28th of September. Well, I trust you had a good day. Those of you that flew yesterday, seems like we had three reasonably good ridge days, although a few landouts. Thanks for your patience, re the tug situation down at Sparham. I know that it wasn't always easy to get an error to retrieve, but you can always get one from us. We can always offer that. Okay, well, at the moment, sort of a slight, well, is it a ridge? I'm not really sure. But this was midnight last night, and you can see that by 12 today, the colours have changed a bit. We've gone from some sort of weakening warm fronts now to just in between a couple of cold fronts that we'll keep an eye on over the next few days. That will further destabilise tonight, and maybe a bit more chance for soaring a little bit better tomorrow. But for today, we have sort of lost that strong northwesterly. The isobars have widened out, and the lighter winds and slightly bit more westerly in them. The winds, as you can see, not 35 knots as they were a few days ago. We're looking more in the region of west-northwest, northwesterly. At flying heights, no more than 20 knots, probably more like 15 knots. And at ground level, probably only 5 to 10 knots at max. That does finally mean that we can get off the short runway, though there is a caveat to that I'll come on to a bit later. Northwesterly winds, as I said, nice and light, no big gusts, anything like that. Feeling just that little bit warmer in the sunshine, but still nothing particularly balmy. A reasonable amount of cloud around, so you can sort of see that we're sort of in this gap here where it's fairly reasonable. Out to the west, you've got a cold front, out to the east, you've got a cold front. So yeah, we're sort of trapped between those two bits of cloud, and probably our areas could be one of the better bits of the UK today. But I'm not going to be too surprised if we see increasing cloud amounts, which of course will spoil a bit of the soaring later. The infrareds, there's going to be bits and bobs of upper cloud, unsurprising considering the proximity of those fronts. And temperatures today are just that little bit higher. I think this forecast was showing about 15 degrees. This is always a little bit higher. So let's say 16, 17 at Lasham. So, I mean, mild, but nothing particularly warm. Dew points, maybe just a little tad higher, especially as that front comes towards us. Probably just sitting into double figures. Temperature at the moment is 9, dew point of 5. Outside, you can see the upper level clouds, but reasonable day. Soaring forecast. Well, it's unfortunately still a bit disappointing on the cross-country stuff, but local soaring, I imagine, will get going. If I look at 1 o'clock this afternoon, weak blue to maybe 2,000 feet there, and there's just a bit just before this cold front really makes inroads, that we'll probably see blue to shallow Q to maybe 3,000 feet above Lasham. Not necessarily thinking that the rain is going to get here this evening, so I believe there's still an evening group, probably the last Monday evening group of the year, but yeah, should be all right. Site forecast shows weak thermals to 2,500 feet and increasing up cloud later in the day. I don't know why it's showing gusts. It shouldn't get that gusty, but maybe it's thinking there's going to be some more thermal mixing than it's, I'd imagine. Farnborough showing at the moment, northwesterly, no clouds, and yeah, fairly benign. Okay, no time usual, Farnborough, Boscombe, Solent, all active. 21 Fairfords, I believe the B-52s are starting to head home. That doesn't mean the U-2 is not there though. So Fairford is active all day today. There is parachuting at Little Rissington with a normal cone. That is sort of 3,000 feet, 3 nautical miles, and 3,000 to 6,000, 6 nautical miles. So I don't imagine there's going to be many of you that way, seeing it's not cross-countryable, but if you're in a motor glider, then bear that in mind. Other than that, nothing local to us, which is going to cause us a problem. However, there is a NOTAM for Lasham today, and that is that the main runway is currently closed. That is because these very nice airliners and especially 727s blast holes in the runway occasionally, and unfortunately, in the usual area, one has appeared round here. Now, TUI are very good and get a contractor onto this right away to prevent the surface deteriorating any further. But that does mean that we're going to have to modify the operation today to keep them and us safe. So the main launch point is going to be over here. Advertising now, boys. The main launch point is going to be over here, and we'll have a winch run somewhere about there or something like that. That should keep these guys safe. We've got a northerly to keep the cable away, but that is the safest way of operating. Not really too keen on going back down the south side. It's not strong enough wind, plus it was a real pain being there. So yeah, we're going to have that operation. Aero towing, I actually think it'd be easiest, seeing as I've got somebody who can do it, thanks Ewan, to actually just operate from outside here with the aero tow on the north side grass, a bit like we were doing just after COVID. So yes, you'll be launching from over here and landing on there. Now, this has a slightly different way of operating in terms of circuits. Right-hand circuits should still end up north of the runway, and left-hand circuits should still end up south of the runway. Do not use the launch point caravan as the marker, otherwise you're trying to do left-hand circuits to land here. Obviously, the preference on this run will be left-hand circuits, but landing reasonably short. If you land up here, then you're going to start blocking the winch cables. Otherwise, land on the north side if you're on the other side. But yes, I think we'll try and operate aero towing out there. Just depends how many of you actually want to aero tow. Hopefully the runway work will be finished by lunchtime. I know they might need to do a little bit more work down here, maybe later today or tomorrow. But yes, the runway is no tenders closed. That just stops any jet movements or Navajos or King Airs thinking that they can try and overfly them. So with that in mind, I'm not expecting any movements or anything like that today. And oh, we've got a question, have we? Not too sure. If that's a question, Ginny, it hasn't quite come through correctly. Here we go. No Monday evening group. Okay, thank you very much. That's what I like about this, about Zoom, is that I can be told live on air what's happening. Thank you, Ginny. So there's no Monday evening group, so I have to put the kit away. Excellent. Okay, so other than that, yes, ask me if there's any questions. Hands, face, space, all the usual stuff. I've got some more PPE in here actually, and some more feeding stuff. So we're not going to run out. Right, well, if I don't see you today, I'll probably see you tomorrow. Weather's a little bit better. Bye for now.